Class, welcome to week 7. We are pivoting this week, whereas before we were deciding on a business, establishing the business, creating the website, and now that a lot of that business prep is finished, you'll probably need to continue that work, polishing your website or your product or service, but a lot of that work has been done. We're going to pivot now and focus on marketing. And week 7 kicks off that pivot, and we'll focus on this as well as Google Analytics and some advanced analytics for your website throughout the rest of the course. That's really the main focus over the next 6 to 7 weeks. So we will focus on creating an ads campaign. We'll go back to Google Ads. Remember, we were in Google Ads in week 2 as you got accustomed to the keyword tool planner in project 1. We'll go back there, and then we'll learn about keyword basics, because you'll be using keyword basics both in your Google Ads marketing and when we get to search engine optimization. So let's start with creating your ads campaign. Now, we are not launching an ads campaign. Please note that we won't actually launch ad campaigns until week 10. So we're going to spend a few weeks just preparing that campaign, but we are not actually launching that campaign until week 10. So there's a tutorial on how to create a Google Ads campaign, and a lot of content here. I won't go over this in detail because a lot of it is just showing you how to work within Google Ads. The video is doing a good job of that, and I don't want to repeat that. But really the focus here is writing at least 150 words on the plan for your campaign. What geographic locations do you want your ad to show in? What devices do you want it to show on? Do you want automated or manual bidding options? What's your daily budget? So you've got to investigate all of that. I'll mention a couple things on this. One, you want to pare down your campaign, your ad campaign, to focus on your ideal customer. If you do a scattershot approach and you're just trying to catch everybody because somebody might buy your product, it's much less effective. You end up appealing to nobody really. But if you can narrow down and focus and say, my ideal customer is this, then you're really able to hone in on that demographic and do a good job of advertising to that person. So think about who your ideal customer would be and tailor that, the geographic location, the devices that person might use. And then I'll also say on a daily budget, a lot of times you need a daily budget of at least 3 just to get your ads to appear. We'll go over that more in detail later on why that is. But don't be afraid to have a daily budget of 3 or 4. When we actually run our campaigns, if you end up spending a lot of money in those first 3 days and maxing out your budget, say you're spending $4 or $5 a day and you don't want to spend a ton of money on that campaign, that's all you need is the data that's generated in those first 3 days. Then you'll pause your campaign. We'll make adjustments to it. This is part of Project 4, and you'll start it again. And I don't mean to jump ahead to Project 4, but I do want to illustrate. Some students will say, oh, I only want to spend $1 a day because I just don't have that much money to spend on the campaign. And then their ad campaigns don't generate any data at all, and they can't fulfill Project 4. So Project 4 is where we really start to launch our campaign and collect data for it. When you're thinking about a daily budget, you need to get enough on there to generate data. And then if you don't want to spend a ton of money, you can pause it after a couple days. That's fine. But if you're cautious on the other end and say, oh, I'm only going to spend $1 a day, sometimes that's just not quite enough for what you need to do. So think about that a little bit as you do that first assignment for week 7. We'll jump into our second one, keyword basics. So think about keywords. As I mentioned, we'll use this in a lot of different areas, not just your Google Ads campaign. But keywords are so important to inform a search engine what you're doing or inform your ad campaign. So much is done with keywords online still. This may evolve, this may change as AI takes over, but right now your use of keywords will be crucial both in this Google Ads campaign and, as I mentioned, when we get into search engine optimization. And so think of a keyword as something that that adequately describes what your product will offer the customer, right? What problem are you solving for your potential customer? Those should be your keywords, because you can describe an orange T-shirt, right, in just a couple different words, and it's going to compete with everyone else. But if you can think about your product about a problem you're solving. That's what people oftentimes get online to do. It could be, your product may make a good gift for someone. And so you hone in on a keyword like that. Your problem may solve a pain that someone is experiencing. But think about it in terms of that, and you'll be much more effective as you develop these keywords. There's a lot of resources to start. I encourage you to look at those. And then you'll fill out a, a spreadsheet, and there's a sample down here at the bottom of step 2. Don't forget to use that, because that'll set it up effectively for you. And where you'll list your keywords, you'll think about it in terms of themes. That's very effective. And then you have match type, and whether or not you want to scrub the keyword where you think it's a bad one. This is just a brainstorming session. And then any comments you might have about why you scrubbed a keyword. Match type is important, and you'll see a few bullets down. It explains what a match type is. You want some keywords that are broad, that capture a lot of things. You want some keywords that are a phrase, multiple words together. You want some exact keywords, the opposite of broad. And then you can also use negative keywords. So if I'm selling gators, like the thing that I put over my mouth, I don't want advertisements for the Florida Gators basketball or football team. And so the negative keyword can help hone down some of those things, so you're not wasting your money advertising to something that really doesn't apply. So those match types are really important. You want a good mix of those in this assignment. And remember, this is just brainstorming keyword ideas. You'll have 20 keyword ideas you're brainstorming, and then you mention, what do you think a characteristic of a good keyword is, or characteristics of a bad keyword. So that's it this week. If you have any questions, reach out and talk through maybe what some keyword ideas are, or some questions you have around that. I'd be happy to go through that in more detail with you.